This particular episode, I was a little disappointed, but intrigued at the same time.
Woke up this morning, feeling that shine. Whole team got the glow, You can see it in the stride. Got me feeling brand new, feeling brand new, feeling brand new, feeling brand new. Got me feeling brand new, feeling brand new, feeling brand new, feeling brand new.
What up, YouTube? It's your boy JusRzd, and today we are reviewing the newest episode of Solo Leveling. And I'm gonna hold you. This particular episode, I was a little disappointed, but intrigued at the same time. I know every episode can't have a bunch of hands thrown or a bunch of fighting every time. Like, you do have to progress the story at some point. And I know this was one of those episodes where the main focus was the story more so than the hands, which I'm not necessarily mad at. I just feel like with if they're keeping the same 12 to 13 episode model that they've been keeping, it's just like y'all gotta accomplish a lot within these last 3 episodes. You got episode 10, you got episode you got episode 9, episode 10. Well, today was episode 9. So you got episode 10, episode 11, episode 12 to accomplish a lot. And I don't know if they're going to do the whole Jeju Island arc or if they're just going to do part of it and leave you on a cliffhanger. I can honestly see them going either way with it. But I'm interested to see how they're going to approach this and how they're going to resolve, especially considering where this episode ended at. So this particular episode picks up right where the last episode leaves off. We see Sun Jin-woo pretty much gathering up his resources and his spoils of the battle between him and the Demon Monarch. And we see Esil, I believe is her name. We see her still standing there waiting, kind of happy that everything went the way it was supposed to, and just waiting for Sun Jin-woo to take her back home. And she's like, look, we can even celebrate at my dad's castle. And he's just like, cool. He's not listening to her at all. She's going on and on in the background. He's trying to figure out how to craft this elixir of life. He figures out how to do it. He actually crafts it and completes it. And he unlocks a new skill where he's able to actually swap places with any one of his shadow soldiers that he's placed anywhere. And so he takes that as his cue to be like, all right, I'm out. And tell Shorty, like, best of luck to all your endeavors, but you're gonna have to find your own way home. And before he disappeared and departed and found out about that new skill, Iron, shout out to Iron, ends up bringing him the dragon that the Demon Monarch was riding. So of course he touches the dragon's head that he severed and was just like, arise. So now he owns the dragon. And I believe he named him Kaisel. But yeah, that was pretty hard. So now he has a dragon. Or wyvern, or however you say it. I'm gonna just call it a dragon. But we see pretty much he gets back to the world after using his technique. He switches with one of his shadow soldiers, and it's kind of cool how they did it, because he's as soon as he got all his stuff together, you saw the shadow pretty much envelop his body. And then when the shadow disappeared, he was the shadow soldier that he swapped places with. So I thought that was pretty cool the way that they did that and showcased that. So that was dope. And we throughout this episode, we kind of see everybody. On one hand, we see Sun Jin-woo trying to form the elixir of life to save his mother, which is the whole thing he's been working for, to pretty much level up so he can craft the elixir of life to save his mother and wake her up from the eternal sleep. And on the other hand, we have pretty much the Hunters Association going public with their plans on the 4th Jeju Island raid. And we see, of course, all the S-rank hunters that are going to be involved in the raid, getting ready, gearing up. We see the leader of the White Tiger Guild talking to the S-rank healer friend that was from season 1, episode 1, from the 3rd Jeju Island raid. And we see that he's retired. The S-rank healer is retired, and ever since they lost their homeboy, he's just been like, yeah, I'm cool on the hunter stuff. He's been like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Y'all go ahead. He's like, yo, you gonna come on the raid? He was just like, nah, I'm gonna try to get a regular job. He's like, I might be a teacher, might work for the government. I don't really know what expertise or specialty I'm gonna use outside of history, but I'm gonna try my hand over there because people ain't getting clapped over there. Like I'm we saw our homie get clapped over on Jeju Island, so I'm not really trying to go back there. And the head of the White Tiger Guild is like, yo, I understand, but that's the whole reason why I want to go there, to end this, to finish it, because if we don't, then what happened to our homie could happen across the world. And so he's just like, yeah, I'd rather just nip it in the bud and stop it now. And so we just kind of see both of them kind of flashing back to the different scenarios that happen and them prepping for the third Jeju Island raid, and just seeing the motivation between all three of them before they went on that raid, and then now it only being two of them. And so it was definitely heartfelt. Back to Sun Jin-woo. We see Sun Jin-woo pulls up once he switches with the shadow. He's like, all right, well, the fastest way to get to my mom's is leaps every tall building in the city, jumps into the sky, calls Kaisel, and pretty much flies using the dragon to the hospital. Gets there, and he's just like, all right, I don't know if she'll be able to swallow this or drink it or whatever, but I just gotta have faith that it's gonna work. So he does it. You see him shaking. He's trying to pour the liquid down her throat, and because she's in a coma, she's in eternal sleep. So he does it. Nothing happens. So he's sitting there. He's worried. He's like, yo, you gotta wake up. You gotta wake up. You gotta wake up. So of course, when the elixir first hits her body, you see like all the age and all the wear and tear on her body since she's been in the coma dissipates, and she looks really young. And she looks young and healthy, but she's still asleep. And so he's like, yo, you gotta wake up. You gotta wake up. So he's sitting there. They don't really give a time frame on how long he's sitting there. Then the moonlight strikes her face or whatever, and you see it looks like maybe she's gonna wake up or maybe she's not. Then they cut to Jin-woo, and he looks up and he's like in super shock. And then they cut to his mother is wide awake. He's in full tears. She starts crying. She don't know what's going on. She's addressing him like everything cool and everything regular. He's in full tears because he's been doing this. Everything that he's been doing is to get the elixir of life to heal his mom from the eternal sleep. And now she's finally woke up. We see one of the nurses reporting that one of the eternal sleep patients is actually woken up, and now that she's perfectly fine, all her vitals are good, her and her family are requesting that she can go home. And so she ends up going home. So of course Sun Jin-woo brings his sister, and she crying, and so all three of them just crying, snotting and crying. It was a great family affair. It was low-key, almost caught me emotional, but I was too tired. I ain't gonna hold you. Fresh off of work watching Solo Leveling, I was just like, if I wasn't too tired, or if I had my kids with me, because they sleep right now, but if I was watching it with my son or something, it might have got me. But it was very heartwarming. It was very heartfelt. You could feel all the feels that you were supposed to feel in those moments, which was dope. Like I said, it was progressing the story along. Of course, they get home, and Sun Jin-woo ain't been home in like a week because he been raiding the dungeon to defeat the demon monarch. And so everybody gets home, and the sister's just like, it's trash everywhere. That house looked like a hurricane hit it. And the mom was just like, cool, I could just kind of make up with all the housekeeping that I had missed out since being in the coma. So she kind of takes it on the chin. And Sun Jin-woo was like, yo, I left you alone for a week, and that's what you do? She's like, it was just like, all right, whatever. And then Sun Jin-woo gets a phone call from the Hunters Association, of course, to have him come down so they can explain why they need him on the Jeju Island raid. So of course he gets there, they explain it, having a conversation. All of a sudden he feels a massive surge of magical power. He's like, yo, what's going on? the Hunter Association head is just like, I'm surprised you felt that from all the way over here. He was like, some of our S rankers are pretty much sparring in the gymnasium, so if you want to go take a look, we can walk down there. So they go down there, they see the leader of the White Tiger Guild and the leader of another guild sparring, and they explain pretty much that the leader of the White Tiger Guild, every time he spars, he has to hold back because his ability and his power, he can transform into pretty much a wild beast if he lets all the way loose. So he still has to fight with restraint when sparring and stuff like that. So he can never fight at full potential when sparring, because when other people are around, he can turn into a wild beast and then lose control of himself and end up getting people hurt. So he can't go full throttle with people around. And so it was just interesting seeing them two just kind of sparring. It was kind of light. Their sparring was kind of light. It was cool. We see Hae-in over there in the corner. We see a couple of the other S-rank hunters over there. We see a random A-rank hunter over there. Then we get introduced to all 11 of the S-rank hunters that are coming from Japan. And they agree to have pretty much an exhibition to kind of like see where everybody's levels are, where their strengths are. And they're like, all the mage and all the summoning hunters can sit this one out. Just hand-to-hand combat hunters only. You get eliminated if you get touched. I believe he said in the back of your neck. If any part of your body outside of your feet hit the floor, like just different random rules, just so they can set the parameters or whatever. And so the episode pretty much ends with them getting ready to spar. 4 from Korea, 4 S-rank hunters from Korea, and then 4 S-rank hunters from Japan getting ready to spar off. And it's interesting, Sun Jin-woo wasn't a part of any team. So it's just like, okay, maybe they want to keep him secret. But he S-rank hunter too. I wanted to see him squabble up. I'm not gonna hold you, just to test his strength against some other S-rankers. So I thought that was pretty cool. The Japanese lady that came with the Japanese team was talking mad trash, like, oh, after seeing the leader from Japan fight all this time, you be making S-rankers not look like S-rankers. And it was just like, whoa, calm your brakes. Then an A-rank tried to step up and correct her, and it was just like, sit down. sit down. We don't need you embarrassing us. So we have this S-rank 4-on-4 spar free-for-all that's about to go down. Probably next episode, because it ended right there. And it's funny because they also hinted at one of America's top S-rank hunters as well. I can't remember his name right now, but they hinted at him. He looked like he stopped through when they were making their announcement about doing the 4th Jeju Island raid. And it was just like, why would he show up? He's so strong that he can't really meddle in foreign affairs because it'll be like an international issue. And he's just that strong. And so it's just like he's so strong that they were saying that he pretty much can rival national armies from different nations and stuff like that. And so it's just like, man, if he's that strong, why did he show up? He was just like, well, maybe he was telling the truth when he said he was just swinging by when he stopped through. He was just in the neighborhood. And it was just like, I don't know, it seems a little fishy. But I wouldn't be surprised if he pops up during the sparring session. But that's just my thoughts. But yeah, this particular episode, I'll probably give it like I'm gonna give it a 8.5 out of 10. It didn't really do much for me personally, but I understand the feels were felt when his mom came to out the coma. I was genuinely shocked. I was like, is it gonna work? Is it not gonna work? Is he gonna get played? Is the system going to not allow this to go down? And then she got up, and I was just like, and so I was sitting there like in shock. I gotta give it like an 8.5. The episode was very heartfelt. Just seeing the different people, seeing certain people's backstory, seeing the White Tiger Guild hunter, the leader of the White Tiger Guild, seeing his backstory with the S-rank hunter that was with him on the 3rd Jeju Island raid, and just seeing how that, man, it it did what it was supposed to do. It pushed the story forward, had some emotional beats in there so you could really feel the weight of everything and allow it to hit home before they set out on this new journey to Jeju Island. So I thought it was dope. Sin Jin-woo closed the chapter of defeating the Demon Monarch and getting the Elixir of Life, or crafting the Elixir of Life, getting all the ingredients and giving it to his mother so she could wake up from the eternal sleep. So I thought that was cool. I thought that was dope. Yeah, I thought it was cool. I'm ready for some hands to be thrown, though. I will say that. I'm ready for some hands to be thrown. But I did enjoy this particular episode. It just sucks when you gotta wait week to week, and this one of the episodes you gotta wait week to week. If they would have dropped it in groups, like maybe 2 or 3 episodes, you'd been like, you know what? I appreciate this episode. Like, I do appreciate this episode, but at the same time, it's like, man, I gotta wait a whole 7 more days for something to happen. Oh man. But let me know in the comments below how you feel if you're watching and keeping up with Solo Leveling, the anime or the manga. If you have caught up with the manga or you finished the manga, because I believe the manga is done. I believe the sequel series is either still going on or that's done as well. Don't spoil nothing in the comments. Don't spoil nothing for the anime only, because I'm an anime only, but I do know some information that happens in the manga. I just don't know how we get there. So don't spoil nothing in the comments. But let me know how you feel about Solo Leveling. To me, it's peak right now. To me, it's top tier. Like I said, if I had to pick a new big 3 right now in this particular moment in time, it would be JJK, Solo Leveling, and Kaiju number 8. For me personally, if I had to pick a big 3 currently, and what I mean by currently, I mean like less than 3 seasons have been adapted of this particular show, and they're still airing more episodes. Demon Slayer and My Hero, I feel like, could have been their own big 3 in their time, and now we're coming to an end on Demon Slayer. I know the first of the 3 movies is supposed to be dropping this year, so I'm excited to see that. It looks like they got a date in July for the first movie coming out. I believe it's July 18th from the poster that I saw on Twitter. But yeah, let me know in the comments below how y'all feel about this episode. Did y'all feel the feels? Were y'all in tears? Like I said, I ain't cry. I almost did, but I didn't. I was too tired. But don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so that way you can be notified anytime we drop a new episode on the channel. We're trying to build a community here, so let's continue to subscribe to the channel. Let's continue to share the videos. Let's continue to engage in the comments. Like I enjoy chopping it up with y'all. So tap in with your boy. Stay tuned in, stay locked in. Hit that notification bell if you haven't already, so that way you can be notified anytime we drop a new video, which is every day. So stay locked in, stay tuned in, stay tapped in, and never forget, it's FreeSoul to the show free. Let's get it.